Terry Pendleton, TP, is now a Braves Hall of Famer, and it's about time. He played for them for only 4.5 years. Few, though, have had a bigger impact. He's still with the organization, now a roving instructor. And for those of you who only experienced Chipper, Freddie, and Dansby, consider this a refresher course on your Atlanta sports heritage. Pendleton was one of the big building blocks of the great franchise you know and love.
When I show up every day, regardless of the money, I show up every day to win.
It's no coincidence that among the most significant events that laid the foundation for the glory years of Braves baseball was the signing of Terry Pendleton in the winter of 1990. His arrival granted instant credibility to the on-field product. His leadership and intense focus was a game changer in the clubhouse, a badly needed attitude adjustment that helped pave the way for our beloved 1991 Worcester first team.
I remember having not a press conference, but reporters coming up to me after a couple of weeks and asking me what we thought of the 1991 Braves team, and I told them I thought we could win a pennant, and they all looked at me like, are you crazy? Do you realize you're not in a, one of them asked me, do you realize you're not in a Cardinal uniform? This is the Braves.
Before there was Chipper, there was TP. Jones would eventually inherit Pendleton's place at third, but never forgot who showed him the way, congratulating his teammate, friend, and mentor in a recent tweet and acknowledging the obvious, that Pendleton is one of the best leaders he'd ever been around. They're now fellow Braves Hall of Famers.
I have to tell everybody ahead of time, I am nervous about standing up in front of all these people speaking, and I guess it wouldn't be me if I wasn't. But I am fired up over the fact that I will be honored with all these great players before me.
A batting champion, three-time Gold Glove winner, and 1991 National League MVP. A long time ago, and one of time's greatest casualties is historical perspective. Many of the kids in the organization TP now coaches weren't even born the day he finally hung up his cleats.
When I walk in the door, they have an idea who I am already and what I may have accomplished already. But I think our organization does a great job. I hear many times, go home and Google it. You Google everything else. Go home and Google him. Go. And seriously, they make them do so because of the fact they want them to understand who they're dealing with every day and how much this guy has done or accomplished in and out of the game to assist them at being better.
Are they aware they're in the presence of a baseball goldmine, a player who helped lay the foundation for one of the greatest success stories in the history of sports? One of the most respected Braves ever as a coach and a player, yet he's never been able to secure a manager's job. How is that possible?
I don't know that answer, honestly, Ken. I would have loved the opportunity to do so. I don't know if my time has passed on that or not. It may have, it may not have, but I would have loved the challenge of being able to do so.
Unlike other stars who've come and gone, Terry Pendleton embraced the community and made it his home. We embraced them back, and it's good to see the Braves have done the same. TP is now part of an impressive group of former players who are still around, still working to make the franchise the gold standard in baseball, a standard that was set by guys like Terry Pendleton. It was really fun to talk to him today because, you know, we were talking about during the break how some of these young kids only know winning Braves baseball.
The generation gap is huge.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, what's the saying? Your perspective on life and history starts on the day you were born. So in fairness, you have to say that. But, you know, those of us who've been around a while are here to remind you and, you know, remember guys like Terry.
A great honor and a history lesson, too, for the newer guys. Google it.
That's right.
Thank you, Ken.